for the serious gamer.
Hey, it's Guns for Hire from Next Gen Tactics. This is our Ultimate Modern Warfare 2 Claymore and C4 guide, and this is the Claymore placements that I use on search for Derail. Alright, the first couple of Claymores that I'm going to show you, I usually use for offense. I don't use these on defense, even though I'm on defense, so keep that in mind. If I planted or if my teammates are going to plant, this is where I place them to prevent any of the enemy players that are defending B from coming over here and trying to flank. And there's always someone that tries to come through the rear here. And if I have one-man army on, this is where I'm going to place them. So, and make sure, remember those laser lines, that first one, you got to kind of go on an outward angle from whatever you're protecting and let that first laser line go straight across the opening. That way the blast radius arcs in towards where they're actually going to be walking or running into. Again, this one here you can use for offense or defense. If someone's trying to flank around the far side, you know, sometimes I do that when I'm on offense as well. It's going to sort of protect you if you're inside that way. It's not a bad idea. And of course, always the one inside. The reason why I sort of figure these places out, and I've said it before, is because in the beginning, although you never see me do it in any of my videos, I always rush. I rush because I need to know where the weak spots are. I need to know where rushers go, where run-and gunners go. And it's only establishing where those weak spots are or where most people go, that's where I actually place the Claymores. Alright, so this is another one. This one could be defense or post bomb planted on offense. And you're going to utilize this one here. Very, very hard to see the laser line. And it doesn't have to trigger right away. As long as they trigger it somewhat close, the vehicle explosion will amplify the damage done by that Claymore. And they don't actually have to be near it. They can be somewhat almost past that vehicle and it'll still kill them. So again, remember, try and use vehicles to your advantage. That one there angled across the rear of that vehicle, very effective. Now, of course, this one predominantly used for offense. Remember that first laser line straight across, blast radius facing into towards where they're going to actually be walking. You want to make sure you do that because if you angle it the wrong way, if you angle it towards where they're actually coming from, you miss out a lot on the blast radius and they can usually jump through. Now, this one here, obviously, again, I mean, you have to think about, like, if you've gone through here, I've used this one for offense and defense. It depends on how the other team is playing. If you're able to get into B for this particular instance, and they're all over at A, or you know that some of them are up in that building, then that Claymore is a really good placement. The other one that I prefer, actually, and this one is good offense, defense. Offense if you've gotten deep and your team's in there, but definitely defense if they're trying to come up here. And then you don't have to really worry about that. That's a very effective Claymore right there. Make sure, practice placing those Claymores down facing slightly outward so you get that proper 45-degree angle. The blast radius and how you angle it is very important. Now this one here, again, I mean, these are sort of multi-use, right? I mean, you get in there, if you planted, perfect. It's like securing it. Although that first one there is probably best for defense. Is people trying to jump in either from the end where I was just showing you or from the side entrance here. Either way, they're not going to see it until they're real close or way too late. Because if they don't see it right away, they're concentrating on looking for people. When you're in this video, even if you see laser lines coming off the Claymores, remember, when you're in game, you're so sort of concentrating on looking for movement, looking for enemy players, that unless those laser lines are super bright and obvious, you're not going to see them. They're not going to see them, and they're going to end up eating it, and you're going to get some lovely cream in the face. So just keep that in mind. I mean, whenever you see any of these videos, even the C4, like when I show you C4 on the ceiling and stuff like that, they're not looking at the ceiling, believe me. They're looking for some sort of rifle peering down at their noggin and getting worried about that. And this one here actually is very effective on defense. For those, but you got to have an SMG. And this one, obviously, I don't use one-man army if you're going to get to that point because you need to haul ass there. And right where I am, you're going to want to actually give yourself some cover when you're getting there. Throw some smoke so they cannot see what the hell is going on. And then you're going to be able to get that Claymore in there. And it's usually the people that are sort of coming around the outside. Now this last one here is actually for offense, and it's your defensive team preventing you from getting flanked. So anyone in the building or anyone running from A all the way around. There's usually 1 or 2 people that try and flank your team. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. For more strategies and tactics on Modern Warfare 2, visit nextgentactics.com.